in your life like someone who gets hilariously turned on by watching Packers fans cry while talking into a camera. This is the Educated Ignorance Podcast on the For Frequency Sake Podcast Network. And someone grab the baby oil because I am about to lather myself up as we squeak through what has been a robust 5 games, well, 4 games, and then whatever we watched tonight that paraded. Listen, we were due. I wouldn't say it was a bad game, but it was a game that happened. And honestly, I was okay with it. It was low stress after what we had before this, so I'll take it.
I will say we could still call it robust, but with an asterisk. It's more of a bro bust.
Bro, bust. Yeah, just
Everything else, bangers. The
made
NFL delivered with record-setting lead changes and final lead changes in the final 2 minutes and all that fun stuff. And you know what that means. Next week, probably a bunch of duds.
the first 3 games this weekend, the team that was winning with 2 minutes to go in regulation, aka the 2-minute warning, lost all 3 games. And then in the
And it
fourth
was
game,
possible. I mean, the fourth one, they were in the red zone.
exactly. The fourth
Got a
game
shot.
it was close. For some reason you froze again. Did you but I can still see you.
Can you hear me?
And I can hear you. It just froze. Hold on, let me try something. Let's try this. We fired him, folks. He's gone. All right, he's back. He probably just refreshed. Oh, never mind. Oh, yep, there we go. Oh, he's coming. And he busted. There we go. We're back.
I don't know what's going on with my camera tonight. I must be
I hope that
breaking the camera tonight with my Mr. Rogers little jacket.
aesthetic.
Yeah.
I just hope the next time you have one of those, you get put in like an O face. I just want to see.
Hopefully when it freezes next time, it's it's a good picture and not like a
it's you with some vinegar strokes over
Yeah.
here, just over here, looking like me last night in the garage
looking like
watching
Joe Winkle in a bikini.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out to Grok. So a lot of stuff has happened. We're going to talk about all of it. I mean, good googly moogly, folks. We have a lot to get to. We're going to talk about, of course, the games all weekend. We're going to start with the Sunday night game because we always do. We're not going to talk about that one that long, but there are a couple things that I want to kind of make sure that people understand where I'm coming from. And then we're going to talk. I think after that, we kind of have to start with last night. And then from there, we'll dabble around.
I kind of thought we wouldn't talk about the Bears and the Packers game hardly at all tonight.
Yeah, it was nothing.
I thought
really
we would
happened.
just, give the final score and move on.
Yeah, it was a game that happened. But I do want to thank everyone that's going to be hanging out with us. I will say this, and this is not. Does the fact that the football team I care about the most not being a spokesperson for the suicide hotline, does that make me enjoy doing these shows more? Yes. However, I literally hated experiencing the NFL last season. And even outside of just the Bears, this NFL season has been fun. And I think this was the start of what is going to be a truly superb postseason. So buckle up, folks. I am ecstatic. And I hope that tomorrow, I expected, if anything, the game that was really going to stink. I guess tonight's game made sense. Again, we said it. Well, I guess we didn't say it last Sunday because we didn't do a show, but I think I said it on Thursday for the preview. I have no idea why they made this the Sunday night game.
Yeah.
Amazon must have paid out the ass to get Bears Packers, because Bears Packers should have been the game tonight instead of last night. But again, that's the only thing that I can think of. Other than that, this whole weekend was fantastic and so many things to talk about. Thanks to our sponsors, Ryan Ellison Tattoo and Derm Remodeling. We've got so many things we're going to discuss. starting with our good friend Daniel. I've seen enough of Justin Herbert bring back Tyrod Taylor. I don't know if Danny had I don't know if our friend from Gotham Gambling had money on a Justin Herbert total tonight or anything, but he did text me noticing Justin Herbert did not have passing yards in the third quarter because I'm assuming most of it was negated due to sacks. So yeah.
You wouldn't lose your own passing yards though. They'll go down as team passing
Team
yards.
passing yards, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It would be, you know what? I would be in favor of kneel downs being treated as such, where it's team rushing yards. I always hate when, you're winning a matchup and a couple kneel downs screw you.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen some
AKA Patrick Mahomes
bets
in the Super Bowl back in 2019.
Oh my God, those 10-yarders.
Yeah, just killing everyone's overs.
I know Stafford had some yesterday. I saw a ticket that had like Matt Stafford 2 rushing yards, and he was fine till the kneel down.
Oh Jesus!
And I think Brock. Did Brock have the same thing today? Or let's see, one of the other quarterbacks somewhere this weekend had the same deal. So yeah, I would treat kneel downs like we do sack yards, team rushing yards, team passing yards. Let's just make it easy.
It was a Brock Lobster. All right, let's discuss. I do agree with a lot of what you just said there, though. Let me do this. Come hang out with the gang. Just doing some social media sharing.
By the way, I think I mentioned the other day with the Indiana game the other night.
Oh my heavens!
All I had was if Indiana beats Oregon, I win a kind of a bracket challenge.
Correct. Congratulations are in order. Yeah, let's go.
Got my trophy yesterday. I turned in my toilet bowl from last year because I got last in the same thing. So as you know, as the famous philosopher, I have no idea who it is, but once said, we started at the bottom. Now we here. And yeah,
I don't know if
I'm treating it like an Emmy.
I don't know if I would want to be completely linked to everything that guy does. However, I grab the trophy.
Oh God, is it Diddy?
No, it was Drake.
I don't even know.
It was Drake.
Oh, Drake. Okay.
Not that bad, but bad. So listen, honestly, grab the trophy again. I'm going to give you your props. Tell us what you tell us about. Tell us how proud you are of everything.
Super proud. Got to thank my family and God and the Miami Hurricanes, because literally every other team, every other guy in this pool picked Ohio State to beat Miami in the first round. So that eliminated a bunch of picks right off the bat. Put me in the lead. I've got Indiana as my champion. So as long as they kept winning, I was going to win too. So shout out to the championship gang, Miami and Indiana. And thank you. It's been great. I get a stare at, so here's how my setup is at home. I've got 3 monitors. I've got one here, right here. Here's one. Here's 2. Here's 3. So I get to look at Joe's face. I got to look at my face, and I got to look at my trophy, all right next to each other.
Can you turn? All right. So you were cupping the bottom of the trophy. Can you show, like, what does it say there? Does it say something that you don't want us to see?
Well, no, not really. It's
okay.
So when they did this trophy like 4 years ago, and they wanted it to be like a traveling trophy, but they put 2022 on it.
It still says 2022.
So it says 2022 every year. So it's the
honestly though, that's a great gimmick. That's a great bit. That's a fantastic bit.
I was the 2026 2022 bracket challenge champion.
That's honestly a fantastic. That honestly makes the bit much cooler. It really does.
And you'll notice that I never highlighted the toilet bowl last year, but I will highlight this.
Listen, last year.
Now I need Indiana to win, so my challenge or my picks are even better.
I'm not saying they're gonna, because I think Miami's gonna be a legitimate test, but good Lord, they are nasty. They are dirty.
Yeah, I was doing a basketball game the other night, and I'm just like, oh, let's see how my picks are doing. 35-7
at half.
All right, we're doing okay.
Doing good.
Gonna bring home the trophy, baby.
Bring home the gold. All right, let's get into some football talk. More football talk. This game tonight was just disgusting. I want to say this. We try to talk winners first. We try to just kind of pick the narrative. The Patriots were okay. I thought they
They were
took
beatable.
yes. I hate that I feel bad that I'm going to say this because I really like Drake May. If the Texans win tomorrow, I'm absolutely picking them to beat New England. I would, even though Pittsburgh beat them before, I think they'll beat Pittsburgh. I would think they would beat Pittsburgh. However, the Pats' offensive line's not really great. It's very average, and I think Houston's defense would light them on fire. I thought Drake May was fine tonight. I am a massive Drake May fan, which makes I've kind of been mentioning that like the way that people talk about him really has annoyed me because it's like they think he's incapable of just having an off game. He was not good in the first half, but except for he was not really good in the first half, except for the final stage when he had that scramble that set up the field goal to make it 6-3. From that point onward, he was really, really good. Their offensive line had some breakdowns. He didn't protect the ball really well on a fumble. So one fumble that they lost. There was another fumble that they could have lost. It could have been a scoop and a score when it was 16-3. So he's always gonna kind of have those problems where he isn't he's a little careless with the ball. But all in all, I thought he was fine. The Patriots are what the Patriots are right now. I feel like the bigger narrative in this game is that the Chargers are incredibly unwatchable, which is not the only team we're going to say that about tonight. The Philadelphia Eagles. The Chargers are incredibly unwatchable, and Justin Herbert in a playoff game again. And you know, Nick, I love this dude, but he was abysmal tonight. And the problem is the last two drives when the offensive line just died. Those two drives are going to overshadow the prior however many drives where Herbert was a black hole. He was terrible tonight.
I messaged you right when they were doing player introductions, the starting lineups on NBC tonight, and I was like, Jesus, the Chargers have their center, their right guard, and their right tackle are all last or second last when they show the little Pro Football Focus. I think is that what PFF is? Pro Football Focus ranking. It was like 39 out of 40, 37 out of 38. 38 out of 38. And then the guy right before them,
unranked.
No ranking.
Because he hadn't played enough.
So I'm like, oh boy, this could be fun.
Yeah, that was something.
Spoiler alert, was the offensive line a problem tonight, Joe?
A little bit.
That looked like foreshadowing to me.
It was very foreshadowing. Here's the do you agree with my take, though, that what is your opinion on their Chargers as a whole and Justin Herbert as a whole tonight?
I can't think of a single thing that they did well. I suppose you could say their defense was okay. You limited the Patriots to what? 1 touchdown and 3 field goals?
You can argue their defense was really, really good.
And they created turnovers, multiple, an interception and a fumble, at least. If I'm the defense of the Chargers tonight, I'm thinking, all right, guys, we did what we could do. Of the 10 teams have played already today and yesterday, right? 5 games. The Patriots were the second lowest scoring team of the weekend. We just can't be that bad offensively. Spoiler alert, we were that bad offensively.
They were worse than that bad. It was bad.
So not only did the Patriots have the second lowest points of the weekend, they had the largest margin of victory. And that is quite the accomplishment if you are the Chargers offense. Just didn't do anything.
My My thoughts on this game go as this in the regards to the Chargers. And it's not just a Justin Herbert conversation. I'm so sick and tired of Greg. Listen, yeah, we always make the joke how you and I's relationship officially blossomed. Like it was like I don't know if it was like our unofficially officially our first podcast kiss or it was our honeymoon or whatever, but when you texted me on Thanksgiving last year talking about how now I understand why you always bitch about coaching, that was when we really took it to a new level, you know. That was like us moving in together. You know what I'm saying? As a podcast
It
couple.
wasn't the
That was like
running him down?
that was like the first dates. That was like that was where it was like you just were like, man, there's something about him. I can't, I can't stop thinking about him.
It's
Yeah.
it's the sparkle off the upper
Exactly.
forehead region.
Exactly. The running them down thing was like us doing the long conversations at night, and we're like laying in bed and we're like kicking our feet, like playing with brooms, slapping the ceiling fan.
No, you
So
hang up first.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
you hang up first.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. So what are you doing right now?
I'm still here.
Yeah, yeah. So how like pedantic I am about coaching and schematics and all that. I've never understood the Greg Roman thing. I get it. Greg Roman was awesome when he was when he was Jim Harbaugh's offensive coordinator on the Niners
With Kaepernick, right?
with
Was that long ago?
correct. He basically like helped bring the offense that Kaepernick ran at Nevada to the NFL, which was the pistol. And he kind of was awesome, and Kaepernick was awesome, and it all worked. I get that. And I get that since then he has been able to be linked. And then I get he was the OC when Lamar won the unanimous MVP in 2019. I get that. Bro, his shit don't work today, man. His stuff just does not. Now, listen, would it help if the offensive line was better? Absolutely. But,
Can we get some top 30 guys on the offensive line, please?
listen, and that's the thing. Their offensive line is like literally decimated with injuries. They have two legitimate all-pro tackles in Joe Alt and Stanley. Or Stanley, the dude from Northwestern, the other tackle. I can't remember. My brain is not working right now. Or Slater, Rashawn Slater. Those two guys are legitimately all pros, and they're both injured. Slater blew his shit out, I think his knee at the beginning in the preseason.
God, that sounds like something you get at Taco Bell.
Correct. And Alt got hurt multiple times this year and eventually got put on season-ending IR. So they legitimately have two all-pro level tackles that got hurt. And their interior line has had moments, but it's got, last year it was really good. This year it's been bad because, again, of injury. They've been decimated with injuries. So I get that. However, this is the stages of the game that I saw tonight from the Chargers. Justin Herbert himself was not good enough in the minute details because a lot of it had to do with the offensive line, yes, but he's missing throws. He's bailing on pockets when the blitzes aren't there. He's not in any sort of rhythm at all. You mirror that with awful play call sequencing and timing and play calls, and then you think of the fact that the Patriots were just spamming a shit ton of cover zero blitzes, and anytime there were blitzes, whether it was just like gap fires or like slot blitzes or stunts with the loops or returns with the linebackers or the tackle end exchanges. There was no plan for the protection. There was no plan to throw hot routes. There was no plan to attack that defense. And then it escalates with, and even when they're not blitzing, the offensive line is just too inept to pick it up when they're only bringing four guys. So it's a cavalcade of just calamity. So that's where I'm at with the Chargers. Like, you have to improve. And obviously the biggest thing is you just have to, like, it was just a bad luck situation for your offensive line. But, like, they just looked unprepared, man. They looked blatantly unprepared. That's where I kind of lose my mind in watching what they did tonight. They did not look like they practiced all week.
And they had the week of rest. They didn't really give a shit last week.
Nope, they sat
Essentially
a bunch of
rested
guys.
starters. Let I can't even remember who they started at quarterback. Oh, Trey Lance. I always that I didn't understand that decision either. Like I guess I will say I understand the want. Like when you're locked into the playoffs and you know you're a wild card team, I get the interest in resting up, giving guys rest. But they could have been as high as the 5 seed and as low as the 7 seed coming into the playoffs, depending on how they played last week and how other games shook out.
They because Houston won, if they would have won their game, I think they would have won the 6.
And so you get that was the Jags game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying that you get a better matchup, but to me, the Chargers were not a team that were playing their best football at the end of the season and can afford to, take 60 minutes off before the playoffs start and go in and a franchise that's used to being one and done so many times. Yeah, I will always question that decision when it doesn't pan out. When it works, cool. It worked. Good for you. But I feel like it does not work more often than not.
I get what you're saying.
It worked for Buffalo, but they were still able to win because they beat the Jets. And
yeah, that's something
the Bills C team might be able to beat the Jets.
Yeah, low key, one of the things that I'm upset about that we didn't get to talk about from missing the last couple shows before this week is we didn't get to talk about like the tanking Jets who literally like put on a true all-timer performance to close the season, losing to giving up 5 touchdowns to Drake May in the first half against the Patriots and then getting blown out by literally the reserves for the Bills.
Mitchell Trubisky.
Literally blown out. Good Lord. That was a truly all-timer stuff by the New York Football Jets. We have never been more proud of you. Do you have any other passing thoughts on this game before we talk about the game everyone wants us to talk about?
Nope, I think I'm good.
Okay. Patriots will play the winner of tomorrow night's contest between the the Steelers and the Texans. Should be a doozy.
And it looks like the Seattle game and the Denver game are the Saturday games.
Yes,
the other two are Sunday, just times TBD.
Yeah, they have yet to. I saw somebody that I follow on Twitter say Bills Broncos is going to be the ESPN game next week. So,
I am
assuming Rams Bears is going to be on Fox.
I am a little curious as to the decision making for this reason alone. You get the 1 seeds on a full 2 weeks of rest, and you put them on Saturday where your opponent's going to be on 6 days of rest. To me, I feel like the 1 seeds should just play Sunday and your opponent has a full 7 days. But I mean, these teams are used to going Sunday, Thursday, and bitching about it anyway. 6 is better than 4, so I'm sure it'll be just fine. But
I'm very, very, very happy the Bears are playing on Sunday just for my personal schedule. I was though expecting them to play on Saturday. I was shocked that they are not. So,
yeah,
but I'll take
you take those 2 teams for example. Chicago, they're going to get 8 days. San Francisco, they're going to get 6 days. Just doesn't, But I guess at least the higher seeded team gets the benefit. You earned it during the regular season, so. For what it's
that it is. Okay. Let's let me do one more social media post so people know that we're about to start yelling. Well, I'm about to start yelling.
I was gonna say you should be happy. Why are you yelling, man?
I'm not.
We probably get our highest views when the Bears play like shit because that we get the epic Joe monologues.
Just think what happened.
Screaming into the camera.
Did we do a game app? Did we do? We did do a show after Bears Packers when they lost, right? We did, because I remember you came on here and actually
Yeah,
were
we
like,
did that one. I don't think we did the second one though. Right?
well, yeah, we did. Yeah, we did it
we-
Monday, because remember I was on here talking about how we did after the second game. I was saying how all of their faces when
That was right
watching.
before Christmas, right? That
Correct.
game? Okay.
I was
Yeah, then we
saying,
did that
remember
one.
we did the Monday night. We did it Monday night, and I was saying all of their faces, they were us. Which another moment, which we're gonna kind of. I have some other angles to discuss from that one. Um. Okay. So it's Bears Packers time. It was Saturday night. It was glorious. I enjoyed myself. I want to start with you. Um, I want you, because you are caught in the middle of a toxic relationship. Your podcast significant other, am a Bears fan. At home is your real life significant other, uh, who is a Packers fan. Because I'm a gentleman,
A
did
third
say,
generation Packer fan.
see,
They've got a brick at Lambeau Field.
okay, that I did not know that. That is pretty cool.
We've
Does
got
she have?
we've
Does
got
she
Packer
have?
stock in our
Does she,
child's name.
does she have the little
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
the diploma looking thing, or
Mhm.
the certificate?
We do.
So she's invested. Being a gentleman, I did say, please tell your wife I am sorry. I don't know how invested she is, but God, I can only imagine. I can only imagine. He said, "What'd you say?" You said something along the lines of she stormed out right and went to bed right as the game ended.
Wasn't a super storm out. Like I've seen worse. I've heard cuss words, TV clicks off, and she goes down the hallway. Last night was just a little more casual, get off the couch. All right, I'm gonna get ready for bed.
Uh-huh.
Upset, but I've seen way worse.
Okay, so you're in the middle of this, obviously. I just need you, being an independent bystander in our relationship and your actual real life relationship, knowing the emotional swings and balances that are going to be flowing. I just want you to have the floor first on what your opinions of the evening were, and set them up for me so I can kind of flow off that, because just mainly because of how I was able to consume the game was a little bit unorthodox. So I just want an outside person's perspective, and then I kind of want to I kind of want to break off that. So you tell me, as an innocent bystander in the middle of a toxic get together, your overall initial thoughts.
For the third time this season, Green Bay was the better team in the first half for the first three quarters. Well, first half yesterday, they didn't play well in the second quarter or the third quarter at all, but the Bears didn't really do much either. So by default, I'll say for three quarters last night and a few weeks ago, and a month ago, Packers were the better team for three quarters ish, and had all of those games well in hand, but they never put the nail in the coffin. And I've seen all kinds of stuff on social media today of, playing not to lose or whatever LaFleur does. I don't know what that is. I don't know if he takes his foot off the gas or he gets too conservative, or I don't know what exactly is different other than, maybe Bears are better at making halftime adjustments, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But here we go. Fourth quarter in all three games this year. Bears come storming back, have chances to tie, win late. Didn't get it done the first time, but that was a practice run. They got it done the second time, went to overtime, won it there. And then obviously last night with all of the stakes, they get it done again. So they've certainly got some soul searching to do. I know there are people that want LaFleur fired. My wife,
Oh,
one
we're
of
going to talk
them.
about that.
My wife is one of them, and
Oof.
And I
Okay.
said, hey, maybe you could hire Mike McDaniel. And I think her quote was, fuck no.
We
Something
need to
like
get
that.
her on the show.
But so then, yeah, that super disappointing for Packer fans because they've seen. I mean, they saw it a couple weeks ago, almost the exact same thing. They blew it. Had no business losing games that they had double-digit fourth quarter leads, and they lost both of them. They almost did it again the first time. But then on the other side, I don't know what it is, but Caleb, he's clutch. He's made some hella good throws down the stretch. I mean, that Odunze throw on fourth down
Oh
yesterday
my
was,
God,
I mean, that
brother.
pass there was a season ender if it's not perfect. I mean,
It's not even like.
they'd turn the ball over on downs if that
Uh-huh.
ball's not on the money and it has to be in the right spot. And so he put it there, and he's got some. He's clearly I joke, and I think you agree that wins are not a quarterback stat or whatever, the comeback
Right.
wins and stuff. Like, they put way too much pressure on, or they,
Mhm.
a quarterback can throw for 400 yards and 6 touchdowns, but if they lose 49-48, they'll be like, oh, he's not clutch enough to win.
Mhm.
But we have seen it time and time again this season that Caleb and the Bears, they're able to do something crazy in the fourth quarter of these games, and I don't know what that is.
To that last point you made, a lot of morons today are saying Jordan Love was bad, and I'm like,
No, he was
guys,
incredible in the first half.
Love was sick yesterday. Hey, by the way, just saying, not a Packers fan, but yesterday, fantastic day for the agenda. I know I talk shit about Jordan Love, and sometimes there's going to be some shit talking about Jordan Love because, oh my God, buddy, he's his own worst enemy. But listen, massive Caleb guy, the original Jordan Love guy. So just saying, the agenda. Two of my dudes were literally throwing haymakers yesterday in a playoff game for 3 hours. To combat some of your points, I want to say that throw that Caleb made. My God, it's not even like the Eli Manning throw, like to David Tyree, or like some old Joe Flacco shit in that Super Bowl run where it's just I'm going to throw it up and the guy's going to make a crazy contested catch. It's literally a perfect throw in the middle of like 6 defenders in the bucket. It's just like it. Oh my God, it was one of the greatest throws I've ever seen. Okay, there's a million different ways to attack this.
And I will add this too. I saw
Go ahead.
a tweet and I thought it seemed 100% right. Given the context of the stakes, if that pass is incomplete versus what this can lead to if that is complete. I mean, there aren't many clutcher, perfect, well-placed throws that you'll see. And
No.
somebody was like, "Well, Lamar pretty much had the same throw to Likely last week." And I'm like, "Yeah, he kind of did. But are they playing today?"
Mm-mm.
You got to read the rest of the post. The context matters, and what this play allowed you to keep doing mattered. That was the context. Like, so yeah. So that I figured I'd throw that out.
No, and you're fine to do so. I want to start. So oddly enough, this is crazy. You're gonna think I'm insane. Oddly enough, the game went mostly how I kind of thought it was gonna go. Outside, I said I thought the Bears were gonna win by 10. I thought by double digits. I thought they were gonna blow Green Bay out. The path was maybe trading some stuff back and forth. Eventually, the Packers would wear out, and the Bears would just kind of keep scoring on on kind of a lesser manned Packers team to a degree. And eventually, they would kind of just extend the game from there. It obviously didn't happen that way, but it kind of did when you consider the fact that all of the Bears' possessions that they didn't score on ended with like either a fourth down, the fourth down miss on their own side of the field, or botched red zone attempt after botched red zone attempt after botched red zone attempt. If they are cleaner in the first half, like if they score a touchdown on the first drive, and on the second drive, when they don't, or on the second drive, if Luther Burden doesn't go fucking rogue and Caleb throws that interception and they just get a field goal out of that, maybe my idea of how the game was going to go would have happened. But like, you think of like it's 21-6 and they're in plus territory, and they throw the interception on 4th and 1 from like the 7-yard line, when I was so mad that they didn't just run the ball at that point. Like, Ben Johnson got, you and I are going to disagree on some of the stuff Ben Johnson did, but I will say there were a few moments last night where he got way too overzealous and cute for his britches. Like the 21
Can I share? Let me share this one.
I know which one you hated the most.
From your own 25, 30-yard line, 4th down and 6, I don't think there are any analytics that say go for it.
I think in his defense, it was 4th and 3.
From
in his I know in his second defense, if the ball doesn't get batted down by the defensive lineman, he's wide ass open, and Caleb's throwing the ball to him. And their defense,
third, fourth quarter, sure. First, second quarter.
Their defense in the first half was giving up literally like 10 yards of play. I'm not disagreeing with you that it was a little wild. That's the only.
And what did I also say right then? I said you can take the Ben Johnson out of the Dan Campbell, but you can't take the Dan Campbell out of the Ben Johnson.
I think that was him. I think that was combined with, because I think if he had it over again. So remember against the Lions in week 18, it was tied at 16 and they punted and the Lions went right down and won the game. I think if Ben Johnson had it over again on that 4th and 4 or 4th and 5 with about 2.5 minutes to go, even though they were on their own like 40 or their own like 35, I think he would have gone for it. Because the defense wasn't playing good. They were getting chunked. And so I think those calls were a bit of him just being frustrated, trying to jam the square peg into the round hole. And I'm not giving him passe. I really hope that he kind of gets over a little bit of that. I'm hoping that the second half the defense had gives him a little bit of confidence, hopefully, because it was the best half that they have played in weeks. Like, they got fucking torched against. They got ball possessed to hell against Green Bay in the last meeting. They just didn't break in the red zone, which is a tip of the cap. But against the Niners, they didn't get a stop all game. Against the Lions, they barely got stops. And then in the first half last night, they got absolutely shredded. So I'm hoping, even though they're playing the Rams, I am hoping that Johnson just plays it cool, like doesn't do anything too insane, because I do think no one's going to pick them, but I think they're an incredibly live dog. It's the worst matchup they technically could have had, but listen, you're going to play tough matchups in the playoffs. I think they'll be fine. They're either going to win or they'll lose. Obviously, it's the playoffs, and they're playing a good team. They're playing the team who's technically the Super Bowl favorite, but hey, guess what, guys? They get them at home, so that is a massive plus. All right, back to this.
To me, that's the game of the week next week.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be very, very awesome. The thing here is, like, Chicago eventually, like, they got so many bites at the apple, and eventually they kept scoring. They were moving the ball all game, and then they finally turned those into points. However, all that being said, like, Caleb was fantastic. Colston Loveland was Colston Loveland is legitimately legitimate. Like, can you name 4 tight ends you'd want over him? Because I think I can only name like 2 or 3, maybe.
He has certainly developed this season.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Anybody who was crying at that pick on draft night, buddy, I understand a lot of people wanted Ashton Jeanty, but Colston Loveland, man, he is a dog. I think the only tight ends that are in his, like, I think Bowers and McBride are worthy of being ahead of him. And then I think it's him and Tyler Warren are the next two. Outside of that, like, I think the cat on the Browns is coming, Harold Fannin. I think he's sick, but like, those are the top four right now in the NFL, in my opinion. Loveland is a freak. Like, dude, on the 2-pointer to make it 27-24, they ran the Jared Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown, like, goal line play where, like, they isolate Amon-Ra on the outside and he just runs like a front corner pylon out route. And they ran that with Loveland, who's a 21-year-old tight end, who's a rookie. He's so sick. Anywho, I say all of these things and, like, talking about what the Bears were able to do, and they were able to hang in there. And Caleb is awesome, and Loveland's a baller, and Ben Johnson had some really sick schematic stuff that we'll probably talk about on especially on that the touchdown drive that won the game. And their defense, DeMarco Jackson, bro, like, he was like their 19th linebacker coming into the year. Eventually comes in when all these guys get hurt. TJ Edwards goes off on in an air cast last night. DeMarco Jackson comes in, and oddly enough, like, their defense absolutely, like, changes because DeMarco Jackson, to me right now, it's sad that he is, but he also, in my opinion right now, is their best linebacker because he's just the one that's the healthiest and the one most adapt to be able to handle stuff. Like, all of these guys that they have playing in their back seven are injured, but they're playing regardless because they're just trying to battle. Like, Kyler Gordon is clearly not healthy. Jalen Johnson is clearly not healthy. They're battling. You know what I mean? But I say all of those things, and they battled last night in their Warriors. I'll say all these to say this, Nick, and I want to know if you agree with me, and I think you're going to. The first game, the Packers were clearly better in the first half. The second half, the Bears were better. They were dead ass even in the fourth quarter. In my opinion, the Bears just ran out of time. Obviously, the interception happened, but you get what I mean. They maybe forced it because they were running out of time. Like, that game, I thought they were very even. The second game, the Packers controlled the entire aspect of the game. However, I will say this. Even though it was incredibly comeback that only happens because Dobbs flubs the onside kick, in my opinion, the Bears won that game much more than the Packers lost that game because the Bears executed out their ass in the final 5+ minutes and overtime, and the Packers did not. I flip that into last night. The Bears did everything right, mostly everything right. However, last night for Green Bay, and this is where we flip it, that is one of the worst losses I've ever seen. Ever. Like, it's Mount Rushmore. You can only do certain things that allow the Bears to have the chances that they have. Because honestly, the Bears had no business having the amount of chances that they had. But the Packers mismanaged that game, Nick, so fucking terribly. And it's one of the worst losses I've ever seen in my life watching football.
I don't really have anything to disagree. I know we had a group chat going with some friends and I, and I think it was the Packers' last drive before the Bears took the lead, where they ended up they kicked a field goal but missed it. So it was still 27-24, 27-23.
Yes,
or whatever it was. They didn't force the Bears to use all their timeouts. I think they had 2 incomplete passes.
And then the 2 they completed, they went out of bounds.
Yeah, they
ran 8 plays. They ran 8 plays. They only ran 87 seconds off the clock.
Yeah. If they played it right, how much more time could they have taken off? At least a minute 20? Plus get the Bears to burn their last time out?
Absolutely. look, there's no reason, dude, there were 8 possessions in the fourth quarter. 8 possessions in the fourth quarter alone. There were 2 in the first. Now I know the Bears had a 16-play drive to start the game that went 8 minutes, but like, dude, that game, and we're going to talk about the LaFleur stuff, and I get it. And I think Packers fans are seriously out of their mind if they think he should get fired. I understand you're pissed. I understand that you woke up and your rich husband or rich wife that makes 5 times more money than you do cheated on you last night. But at the end of the day, sometimes you just have to stick it out because you're in a great situation and they pay for all your stuff. And you know what? Sometimes you just got to figure it out. However, that was a terrible analogy, but I thought it was funny. However, like back to their drives in the fourth quarter, the Bears get that. The Bears run 7 plays. They get nothing. They end up getting a field goal in the fourth, just early in the fourth quarter. The Packers then have a 3-and-out that takes off 51 seconds. Those plays are a 0-yard run, which, by the way, they had no runs in the second half last night of longer than a yard.
The Packers?
Yes.
How many rushing attempts at all did they have? Do you have that handy? In the second half?
In the second half, I don't know, but they ran 23 for 99 last night.
Okay.
Jacobs was 19 for 55. And in the second half, out of all of their rushing attempts, they did not have a running play that went for more than a yard. The Bears nutted up defensively. But again, this is insanity. So they get the kickoff short of the landing zone. The Packers start at the 40. 0-yard run, 2nd and 10, incompletion. 3rd and 10, incomplete pass, penalty that stops the clock because Jordan Love gets hit with an intentional grounding. 4th and 20, they punt. Bears then go on a 7-play drive that takes 2.5 minutes to make it 21-16. And there's still like 10 minutes left. When the Bears the Bears made it 21-6 to start the third quarter. And then they screwed up that drive that would have made it on that second interception Caleb had, that if they would have scored the touchdown, it would have made it 21-13 or whatever. I told my friend at the time, I was like, bro, if they would have scored there, they would have won the game. I literally said, it was the one where they didn't run the ball. It got deflected and the D lineman picked it off. I said, if they score a touchdown on this drive, they're winning the game. Like, they've got all the momentum. There's so much time left. The Packers are like starting to fold. But they score a touchdown. There's still 10 minutes left. The Packers then go right back down the field. They get their touchdown. There's 6.5 minutes left. The Bears then come back and answer and score. And there's 4:50. There's 4:18 to go. The Packers then run 8 plays for 43 yards. They only take 1:27 off the clock. That's insanity. The Bears used none of their timeouts. On that drive, the Packers had here's how this drive ends. So you have the big pass to Dobbs, which is a bit unlucky that he kept the one-handed catch, but he slides out of bounds. So that stops the clock. You then get another first down on the little out route to Golden, who also then goes out of bounds. A little lucky, but still, you're just allowing the time to stop. They have a no-yard run for Jacobs. They then have an incomplete pass because Jordan Love, look at me, I'm aura farming. I'm going to throw a fadeaway off my back foot into the end zone trying to go for a kill shot, and he throws it off to Romaine Edmonds' ass. Incomplete. It's 3rd down. They call timeout. Then they get a delay of game out of the timeout. And then they throw another incomplete pass because, once again, Jordan Love, I'm aura farming. I'm going to fade away in the pocket and throw a deep shot, and it's out of the back of the end zone. clock stopped, and then they missed the field goal. And from there on, like, honestly, like, I was nervous, but like, you just knew if you're an innocent bystander in that point, you're probably thinking, oh yeah, the Bears are getting a touchdown. And then it's going to come down to whether or not Green Bay has enough time, which they had time. But also on the drive, the Bears scored on, the Packers burned a timeout. So the Packers only have one timeout left. And then on the final drive, they used their timeout in a terrible spot, which means they don't have a timeout left for when they get their big chunk play to get inside the Bears 30. A lineman's hurt, so they have to lose 10 seconds. It was just a terribly managed game in the fourth quarter by the Packers in so many ways. Like, you cannot understate how many different ways they absolutely gagged it. And again, credit to the Bears. As a Bears fan, I was in a fucking daze. More than, honestly, the OT win that won them the division, basically. Because, Nick, I was in a daze just from the fact of, like, how did they win? They should have never won. I only can imagine this is how the Patriots felt when they had the 28-3 comeback. Because it's the perfect example of you have to do all of these things for the Patriots to come back. The Falcons had to, in all this short order, give up a field goal, then give up a strip sack, which in your on the first play of your next drive, which immediately allowed the Patriots to get a quick touchdown, then do all of these other things that allowed the Patriots to do all of their other things. Like, it was both teams at work to allow the comeback. And that's what we saw last night. And I get it. If I was a Packer, I don't feel bad for Packers fans at all. But Jesus, I understand the frustration because, good God, Nick, it's the type of blow, it's the type of collapse where it legitimately takes two to tango. That's the only way the comeback happens. And every single thing happened last night in order for those things to happen. Incredible comeback, yes, but a fucking all-timer collapse by the Packers.
And Brandon McManus didn't do any favors for his team. You missed 2 field goals and an extra point in a 4-point game.
Hey, he missed that last one, the 44-yarder on the drive before the. Hey, do you think them taking a delay of game after a timeout, like, do you think those 5 yards would have helped on that field goal? Just a thought.
Probably.
Just a thought.
I will say this, and I can't remember if I said this to you. I think I did. But Brandon McManus could have went to downtown Chicago last night and got literally anything he could have ever fucking wanted. Because there's no chance in hell he's going back to Green Bay. He might as well have lived it up last night.
He was 11 for 12 in his career as in the playoffs, field goal kicking until last night. He was 0 for 2.
Yeah, that was and I don't know, all-time anti-clutch kicking performance from the usually pretty good Brandon McManus. I think he made 1 field goal. Was he 1 for 3?
Nope, 0 for 2. Because they got 3 touchdowns.
Oh, yeah,
they got 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's right.
Point.
Correct. Yep. Yeah, that's no bueno. And it's not like they were
none of the
57 yarders.
The one at the end of the one at the end of the first half, that was from 50-ish, right?
If it's 50-ish, I mean, this is 2026. Those are.
No, I agree. I'm just saying
that's Cam Little with his eyes closed and his wrong foot.
Hey, Cam Little did miss a 54-yarder today.
Did he really? I missed that.
There was a massive sequence at the end of the first half of the Jags game that allowed the Jags to get a 54-yarder off when they probably shouldn't have been able to, and he missed it. Listen, man. The Packers have gotten. Twitter is not the. Okay, hold on. Let me first go to this, and then I will go to the part where I puff my Bears fan chest out and talk some shit. Because I got some stuff that's in the chamber. I will start with this. Packers fans, I understand. You want LaFleur fired. But I just want you guys to understand that, like, you say that now. Matt LaFleur would be fucking hired tomorrow. Not literally, but he, you get what I mean. He would be one of the first coaches hired in this cycle if he was available today. He also this. How about this, Nick? Not only that, he would be by a healthy margin the best coach available in this cycle. So Packers fans, you have had this massive coaching advantage. You've had this massive quarterback advantage on the rest of the world for so long. Understand that normal teams just lose sometimes. And here's the thing also. As we stated kind of in passing on Thursday, y'all have been normal since the pandemic. You missed the playoffs the last year with Aaron Rodgers under LaFleur. And the last 3 years, the only reason y'all made the playoffs is because you were the 7th seed, which only exists because that Roger got a little greedy and said, I want more games on Wild Card Weekend. I want Wild Card Weekend to be Super Wild Card Weekend. Thank God they don't call it that anymore because that was gimmicky. And he wanted more games, so he decided to make the playoffs 7 seeds instead of 6. And the Packers since, in the 3 years with Jordan Love at quarterback, they were the 7th seed. They won a game. Congratulations. That was an impressive little moment. And then they gagged the next one. Then they were the 7th seed again. And they lost that one last year. And then they were the 7th seed again. And all three, well, at least the last 2 years specifically, I specifically remember coming into this season, a lot of dorks and smart NFL people, the old clipboard guys, we don't like to talk about them, Nick. I don't know if you got any spare clipboards by you. A lot of people that like the old clipboards, yep, right there, they love them some Green Bay Packers. Love them. Love the Packers. Love Jordan Love. Love Matt LaFleur. Love all of that stuff. And all they've done is be the 7th seed. And this was before the Micah trade. So, Packers fans, I will move on to this portion of the show and say, I understand that you had some injuries. However, I heard everyone and their dad telling me that y'all were going to win the NFC before you got Micah Parsons. I made a take where I said the Packers had no blue chip players on their roster before the Micah Parsons trade. I got laughed out of the building. Well, guess who you didn't have last night? Micah Parsons. Okay. You have this incredible depth of roster. Oh, you're having injuries like normal teams. I'm so sorry. Oh, you have a backup lineman in. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness, you have your best defensive lineman out. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's all, I mean, the Bears have had a billion. The Bears at one point were playing like their 6th and 7th linebacker in a game at once this season. I'm not sitting here bitching and moaning about it. It's a next man up sport, man. Every team's got injuries. At the end of the day, you're either good enough or you're not good enough. And the Packers, for this entire 2020s, they just haven't been good enough. But hey, they rank high on PFF rankings and their EPA is pretty good. Shout out to those clipboards. Here's the thing, man. At the end of the day, the Green Bay Packers were who they told us they were all season long. Everyone got fat and happy because of what they did in the first 2 games of the season when they beat the shit out of the Lions, who were underprepared, and the Commanders, who turned out to be ass this year. Congratulations, you won 2 home games to start the season with your shiny new toy in Micah Parsons. And in week 3, they lost to the Browns. And Nick, do you remember what I said when we came on that day after they lost to the Browns?
I don't think so.
I said the Packers were front runners.
Oh, yeah.
They were front runners. It's all cool. It's cool as shit when they're winning and they're up double digits and everyone's flying around and guys are doing stuff. It's hella cool. But when you get a little pushback, the Browns, they're a little too physical. Man, nope, collapse, you lose. the Panthers come into your house as 2 touchdown underdogs. And all of a sudden, they're starting to push you around a little bit. The measly Panthers. Shout out to the Panthers. And you lose at home. They had dumb loss like that after dumb loss like that all season long. And then Micah Parsons goes down. Oh my goodness, look at us. We're fully healthy. Everything's so cool. And all of a sudden, we have a guy go down who's, yes, an incredible player, one of the best in the league. But oh my goodness, you would think that it was God himself that got injured because they clearly couldn't handle it. And here's the thing, man, front runner type shit. You talk all that shit all week. All week, Christian Watson saying how we're going to come in and we're going to end their season and it's going to be great. Okay, that's fine. Jeff Hathley pounding on the table at a press conference saying, I'll see y'all next week because we're not done yet. That's fine by me. Talk shit, stick your chest out. However, in the game, when all of a sudden the Bears start to punch back, your team starts to fold. Keyshawn Nixon, number 25, their DB, I don't know if you saw this, Nick, but on the score that made it 21-16, DeAndre Swift is diving into the end zone. Nixon is literally standing at the end zone. He can meet him head on to stop him, and he fucking just dives out of the way like a cool fucking guy. Front runner! Front runner! When shit gets tough, you motherfuckers went running just like that guy did. That bozo, Keyshawn Nixon, a first-class bozo, got choked out by Luther Burden in the first game, which was hilarious. And then Luther Burden did the choke symbol as his first down celebration. Made me laugh really, really hard. So yeah, the Packers are bozos and they're front runners and they're fans. Some fans are normal, but like certain people all in their tizzy because on video they found out that Ben Johnson, like in the post-game celebration locker room thing, someone in the Bears locker room said fuck the Packers, and Ben Johnson, when they were celebrating, said, yeah, fuck the Packers. People are sad about that. Suck my ass, bro. Oh, wow. There's the rivalry. The teams don't like each other. Wah. Oh, my goodness. Ben Johnson doesn't like Green Bay. Wah. Ben Johnson ran up and shook his hand too fast and ran away. Listen, it's insanity to me. And yes, I'm puffing my chest out here because we finally got y'all after a billion years of y'all getting us. But listen, I'm going to sit here and do push-ups on picket fences to watch you morons cry into your satin pillow sheets at night because we're dancing on your grave, and it's been a great time of doing so because y'all danced on our grave forever, and it was fine. When hey, Nick, remember what was cool? You want to know what was awesome? Like, seriously, when Aaron Rodgers scored the touchdown on the Bears and then screamed into the crowd, I own you. I'll always own you. That was badass. You want to know why? Because he deserved to say that. He kicked our ass forever. And we do a little pushback in some certain Packers fans on Twitter, which is not everybody, I know. But God, I saw so many people today. Man, Ben Johnson, wah! Shut up. Shut up. I cannot wait for you dumbasses to fire LaFleur. And then you know what they're going to do? They're going to go hire John Harbaugh. So this is what they're going to do, Nick. They're going to fire a guy who they think blows a lot of games to go hire a guy who, crazy concept, blows a lot of games. They can't see through their own shit in their face. It's hilarious. I cannot wait for the Packers to do that, to make the most insane lateral move. And guess what's going to happen? August is going to roll around, and guess what? Everyone's going to pick the Packers to win the NFC again, like nothing happened. Just rinse, repeat. It's Groundhog Day all over again. I can't wait. My favorite time of the year. Oh, God, it's so much fun when my team's good. Oh, this is so much fun. All right, we can move on now.
Enjoy it. My team I've not had this success in my lifetime that I remember.
I figured the Harbaugh thing would be funny to you. Like they're literally, it's the same guy, but Harbaugh's Harbaugh's worse.
Get this. I've got a 2010 Toyota Camry. I'm going to trade it in for a 2010 Honda Accord.
I knew you were going to say Honda Accord. Just Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Good luck, Packers fans. Good luck. You think you want this now? Just wait. All
Hey,
right.
I would love to be a team that was the 7 seeds 3 straight years. I would take that. 3 years, one and done, 7 seeds each year. That's an upgrade over the shit that we've had to deal with.
I do think the problem is that the last couple of years, the outside world has gassed them up so bad that it made them think they were in a tier that they were never in. You know what I mean? Also, do you know what my favorite type of fan is? Whenever their team loses, they'd say, "Oh," and then the other fans are, and then so. In this case, the Packers lose and Bears fans are cheering. The Packers fans are like, "This is y'all's Super Bowl," blah blah blah. Yeah, bro, we're happy. They literally haven't won a playoff game in 15 years. What do you want us to do? Just sit there? Look at me. I'm so cool. I'm not cheering a playoff victory, bro. It's not our Super Bowl. Come on, man. Just those are my favorite type of people that I see crossing paths on the socials. Just God, those two. I can only imagine how miserable they are. You know what I mean? like, my God, like does anyone in your life love you? Probably not. Okay. Uh, so there's 3 other games that happen. Which one do you want to nail first? Do you want to talk about uh the greatest Shakey's game of all time? Or do you want to? I know you didn't get eyes on Buffalo Jacksonville. I can give a synopsis of what was a pretty good game. Or do you want to talk about the death of the Philadelphia Eagles?
Let's do the Eagles first.
Okay.
And it's this this is the first thing that comes to mind when I think of this game. To me, 45 seconds left, 4th down and 11. You've got all 3 timeouts. As the play clock's winding down under 15, I'm like, you don't want to use this timeout. You don't want to waste this timeout. Don't waste this timeout. Play clock's at 2. Oh, you're going to waste this timeout. I totally understand you want the perfect play. Get the first down right now. But 11 yards to get the first down, chances are better that you won't get it than not. Save the timeout. You get the ball back.
They could have. At least they would have had a shot.
Probably good chance you get the ball at midfield with 25 seconds left.
Which is better than nothing.
Better than nothing. If you take a timeout and you don't convert, you're done.
It just shows how poorly they're coached. Which is crazy because I don't know. Have we ever? I guess we've never. Vic Fangio's a really good coach, and Kellen Moore, he's the coach of the Saints now, and I thought they did a pretty good job this year. The Tyler Shuck stuff has been fascinating to watch him actually become a good player. But have we ever really sat here and gone, "Oh my God"? Actually, outside of the first year when they had Steichen and Gannon, and those 2 guys went and got coaching jobs. Have we really ever said since then we're just sitting here "Oh, the Eagles are so incredibly well coached"? Or over the last 2 years, have we just talked about they just have a fucking talent advantage over the rest of the league? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
on the flip side, for the 49ers, there were multiple times, I think it was 2nd and 10 both times, they burned timeouts to save a delay of game. To me, especially in the second half, if it's 2nd down and 10, and I'm either going to burn a timeout or get a delay of game in a close game, I can't be the only one that's like, that timeout is worth more than 5 extra yards that you lose. And I saw somebody said this, and it didn't end up, it didn't hurt the 49ers at all. But if they were on the flip side, needing timeouts late, I'd rather have them. I saw someone say that a timeout is like a 45-second coupon. And I was like, that is incredibly, incredibly cool. It's a perfect way to say that. In a close game, a weekend that's crazy. You know the game's going to come down to the last few possessions. Hang on to your timeouts. Don't burn them on so easily. But that's not as bad as when it's like 3rd and 17 and a team burns a timeout. But
a guy that I
that's
watch.
my aside for the day.
No, you're totally on it. A guy that I watch mentions how like a timeout is worth like 6 or 7 plays.
Certainly can be.
Mm-hmm.
Or on the flip side, like you said, 45 seconds that remain on the clock for you to get the ball back and have those 6 to 7 plays.
Mm-hmm. So it's just it's negligence when you burn those.
Yeah.
So bad, the Eagles once again, just another another example of just how poorly managed they are. We talked about the timeout situation, how poorly coached they are, how poorly inept certain guys are, how bad their quarterback is. Like, no one is living more like the only person living more off of 2 incredible games in the Super Bowl is Eli Manning than Jalen Hurts. Now, granted, Eli Manning had way more other good moments than Jalen Hurts has, obviously, but it was just the first thing I could think of off the top of my head. Jalen Hurts is like going to be carried forever because he had 2 great Super Bowl games against the Chiefs, one which he lost, the other which he won in a blowout fashion. He's not good. I'm sorry. He's just not good. Nick, he was pressured today 6 times. 6.
When did he cross 100 yards for the day?
Nick,
Fourth quarter?
the lowest quarterback outside of him in pressures this weekend had more than 14 than him. That was second. Then he was the least pressured quarterback with 6. Yet you watch the games. There's so many games where he is times, even without a pressure, he's bailing from the pocket, rolling out. There is nothing more automatic in the NFL than Jalen Hurts bailing from a clean pocket, rolling left, or rolling to his right. Do you want to know what's going to happen when he does that? He's going to throw the ball into the fucking stands. Like, Jalen Hurts has no pocket awareness. He just has regressed, I guess, so crazily. How many games this season have they had second halves where they've had like no passes completed and like less than 50 total yards? This team does not know how to adjust through the game, and I understand their offensive coordinator is a disaster, but Hurts this year has been awful too. And wow. Oh my God, Jalen Hurts, you don't have the greatest offensive line ever assembled with like 4 Hall of Famers on it. Oh no, what are you going to do? Oh man, Jalen Hurts. You don't have 4 first ballot Hall of Famers on your offensive line. Oh man, Jalen. How bad is it? How bad do you have it? Like, I don't want to hear no fucking excuse that Lane Johnson was out, bro. Like, congratulations. That dude's literally had, before last year, that motherfucker on his offensive line had Lane Johnson, Hall of Famer, fucking Mailata, who's going to eventually be a Hall of Famer, Jason Kelsey, fucking first team or first ballot Hall of Famer, Dickerson, who's like a borderline all-pro. This year they put Juergens in, who was good. Like, I don't want to hear that shit, man. Like, that motherfucker's got gold jackets on his Hall of Fame, on his O-line his entire life. And, one of them's not playing. Oh, no, Jalen. Against, like, literally, like today, legitimately, against the worst pass rushing defense in the NFL. And they put up 19 points. They did not score 20 points in a game this year, Nick, against a playoff team. Not good. Not good.
No bueno.
I just cannot believe. And credit to you for being the only one. I'm mad at myself that I picked the Eagles to win. I guess I just thought the Seahawks game just put too much bad taste in my mouth. Like I thought, like, dude, they scored 3 points against the Seahawks. I just thought they wouldn't be able to block the Eagles. I guess I thought Trent Williams wasn't going to play either. He did. But yeah, man, the Eagles disaster. Patullo's going to get fired. Sirianni might get fired too. Like,
You think he'll get fired?
I don't like
1 year after winning the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I think he should probably because he doesn't call the plays. The coordinators that he's picked himself have all failed. Like when he got hired, the GM picked Steichen and Gannon. They were awesome. They got NFL jobs. Or they got head coaching jobs. Steichen's been great. Gannon, Rocky Road just got fired. Then he hired their next OC and their next DC. Both were disasters. Then their GM hires Kellen Moore and Vic Fangio. They win the Super Bowl. Kellen Moore gets plucked. Vic Fangio's never going to get another NFL head coaching job in his life. So congratulations, Nick Sirianni. Vic Fangio's your defensive coordinator for the rest of your NFL career. Kellen Moore gets plucked. Nick Sirianni. Then he gets once again to spin the wheel and hire an OC. He hires Kevin Patullo, who is a fucking abject disaster. Sirianni doesn't call plays. He's annoying as shit. I understand last year they rallied the troops when it looked like they had the season from hell. And then last year the season didn't start great. And then they just rallied and won every game the rest of the season for the last 4 months. And went on like their conference championship and Super Bowl combined was like one of the best 2-game performances in a playoff ever you'll see as a team. I get all of that. I do. But I just the infighting, like I don't think certain players respect him. Now that's another problem in itself. Like Jalen Hurts is always I'm cool, man. I'm never phased. Like nothing's ever too high and nothing's ever too low. Like that gimmick is so fucking overblown. He annoys me with it. And then you got AJ Brown, and then you have Brown and Sirianni who are literally screaming at each other during the game today. And then Brown doesn't have a catch the rest of the game. And then I present to you the most ironic play of 2026 when on a big conversion they needed, AJ Brown dropped the ball. That was funny. So yeah, man, like I don't know. It's another team that I think could massively upgrade at head coach. Like what they're probably going to do is they're going to keep him, fire Patullo, and then they're going to try to go. They're going to go hire a banger offensive coordinator. I don't know, man. But like the more that their level of talent gets brought back to the rest of the league, they're average. They made the Super Bowl. What was it? 4 years ago now? 3 years ago? When they lost to the Chiefs, and then they won the Super Bowl last year because they had a insane talent disparity. They had a major talent gap compared to the rest of the NFL. A lot of it's been plucked, some of it's retired, some of it's getting old. Another guy on it is going to probably get traded in AJ Brown. Like, welcome back to the rest of the world, man. Welcome back to the rest of the world. I do want to say this about the Eagles, by the way, or about the Niners. Your boy, he had 2 kind of bad picks today, but other than that, I thought he was pretty good. Gotta be honest. Just being real. I would never lie. Would never lie on this show. Now, am I a little softer for him today because he ended the team that I literally hate watching the most in the Eagles? Yes. I'm more of a Brock Purdy fan today than I ever will be. However, the fucking touchdown drive, man, awesome. To win the game on the road, you're like your team is dead. Like Kittle goes out, he blew his Achilles today. They've got a billion guys out. Purdy's just out here balling. Credit to them, man. Credit to him. Credit to Kyle Shanahan, dude. What a coach. What a season they've had. I listen, I think, Nick, you would tell me, I think you agree with me. I do a pretty good job of admitting when I'm wrong. And I
You're
was
wrong
wrong.
ever?
I'm not never wrong, Nick Bull. That's not me. I am sometimes wrong, Joe Winkle. I was wrong about the Niners, man. I didn't think they'd be anything like this, and mainly because it was all the dudes they didn't have, and then all the guys they did lose during the season.
And more today.
Yes, Kyle Shanahan is a fucking G, and Brock Purdy was really good today when it mattered the most, and credit to them for winning. Tip of the cap. I have no idea what's going to happen with them next week against Seahawks, but I'll tell you what, give me some more of that NFC West. You got any more of that
There'll be
NFC
a lot of
West?
it next week.
It's so funny that it's my team versus the NFC is my team and the division that I'm addicted to like a crack addict.
Here's what I hope for next week. We get something a little bit closer to Seahawks Rams from a few weeks ago than Seahawks 49ers from last week. I don't want to watch that kind of game again.
I do think I worry that I think the Niners and the Seahawks are just not built to match up well against each other. Like the Seahawks, at least right now, their strengths can take advantage of the weaknesses the Niners have. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Not the Eagles.
No, which I thought they would be able to. I thought the defensive line from the Eagles would make more of a difference, and at times it did, but at times it didn't. The Eagles D-backs are really good. But yeah.
But if we're talking that, 49ers only gave up 13 points last week too. So they've
Seahawks botched.
They've righted the ship a little bit.
Seahawks botched some stuff, yeah. No, I agree. It's definitely not. They're definitely not this massive dog that I think Vegas is going to make them out to be. Let's take a look at some of our picks this week, by the way.
Oof. Not so good. Thankfully, betting wise, I actually did well this weekend. But yeah, these picks, my hypothetical picks from last Thursday, no good.
So we all got let's see. I went and let's do straight up picks. I went 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, 2-2. I'm 3-2. You were 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, 2-2. You were also 3-2.
But we differed on Eagles, 49ers, and Packers, Bears.
Yep. And then, so Danny's 2-3 because he had Rams.
Eat shit, Danny.
Packers lost. Bills won. Nope, never mind. Bills won. So he's also 3-2.
Ah, God damn it, Danny.
Mm-hmm. So let's see on the normal, and then we all have the Texans tomorrow. That's straight up. So we're all 3-2 in that. My ATS pick. I had.
These get very bad.
Yeah, so you guys both laid it with the Rams. I did an adjusted Rams and a Carolina team total. Just they all missed.
We all failed. Though, right?
Yes.
Everything was wrong in the Rams game.
Yep. I had Bears money line, winner. You had Packers money line, loser. Danny had Christian Watson over 3.5 catches. He had 3.
He had a touchdown though.
However, in the golden ticket chat, our boys Don and Ray both had Christian Watson at 10-1 for first touchdown.
First touchdown. There you go.
Good for them. I had today Jags Bills. I had Trevor Lawrence anytime touchdown. He only had 6 carries, unfortunately.
I had
Jags money line.
Close.
And Danny, in heartbreaking fashion, on the show, on Here With Us, he had over 38.5 rushing yards. In real life, Danny had over 35.5 rushing yards. And
So
before,
he got a middle.
but no,
No.
the problem was
For who? Rushing yards for who?
Josh Allen.
Oh, kneel downs?
Before kneel downs, listen, he had 35.
Before kneel downs?
Yeah, he had 35. So he would have lost it
Oh,
regardless.
okay. So yeah.
Just a terrible beat.
I would feel way better about that loss than if he was at 39.
And then
and he
because
got
of
down
his
to
kneel down,
35.
he went from 35 to 33 with the kneel down. However,
Yeah.
like before the kneel down, he was at 35 and he needed 35.5. He sent a picture of it to us. He was sad.
So far, I think the only pick that we even got right was your money line on the Bears.
Goddamn right.
Literally the only one. Okay, let's keep it going.
Let's just keep firing these off. I had Jawan Jennings over 3.5 receptions. No, but he did throw a touchdown today. That was cool.
Oh, by the way, I found this hilarious. Greg Rosenthal, I follow on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know whenever they all were going to college, it's 5 through 9 on a college prospect quarterback ranking.
Okay.
Number 5 is X. We're going to figure out who number 5 is here in a sec.
Okay.
Number 6 is Sam Darnold.
Okay.
Number 7 is Joe Burrow.
Oh, I know what this is.
Sherry Jones. I don't even know who that is.
I don't know.
He's
who that
8.
Is either.
And then Lamar Jackson's 9. But you know who was ranked as a higher quarterback before college than those 3 guys who have won MVPs, played in Super Bowls, or will play next week against the 49ers?
I just love how you.
Who,
and
Joe?
And then Sherry and Jones. Who? You mean the 5th ranked quarterback coming out of high school in that class? Jawan Jennings.
Ding, 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 ding. We'll call you Joan Jennings.
Yeah. What a dual threat quarterback. Did not know that. I did not know that.
So yeah, that's fun. Now continue with where you were going.
You had though. You
I
both.
Think I was gonna say no. I had an over. Nope, I lost that. I think.
In what, the Niners? No, you hit this. You had plus 5.5. You took the money. You took the.
Oh, that's all I did. Okay. In the parlay, I took the over in this game, but I also I did. I want to say I put all of these picks in a parlay, but the Rams sunk it immediately with my Rams covering. But then, okay, if I did 49ers 5.5, then I was thinking I had the over on the game. So I'm glad. I do think all of the missed extra points today, it still would have been the under if they hit them, but it was close depending on a line you got, if I'm not mistaken.
It looks like it opened at 46.5. I have no idea what it closed at.
Okay, because I think it was. I thought when we did the show it was 45 or 44.5.
Yeah, and it was.
But I don't remember.
It finished 44 today, so close.
Oh, okay. So then, yeah, if it was
42, 23 plus 19, that's 42, right?
42. Okay. So yeah, even if they got to 44, I know that would have still hit the under. But okay, good. I got a pick. I got my first pick. I'm tied with you, Joe, right?
Yes. Danny then gets one here. He had the Niners plus 3.5 in the first half. So nice to him. In this game,
I'm feeling good tonight.
We all get this. We clean sweeped the Sunday night game. Clean swept. We all picked the Patriots to win straight up, which they did. I had the full game under 46.5. Easy breezy.
We should have parlayed these together.
You laid it with the Pats. Easy breezy. 3.5. Danny had New England money line. Drake May 200 plus passing yards. And Drake May had 268 passing yards. Easy bleeping breezy.
Now, it was not a pick of record, but the 2 picks that I looked at that we talked about on Thursday. First one, Terrence Ferguson, first touchdown, 80-1 in the Rams game. Never even sniffed it. I didn't even put money on it. But that was one that I called out. But the other one today had some legs because I I had a 100% boost from FanDuel on who will have the most receiving yards in the wild card round. Puka had a great first game.
Oh, who did get this?
Right now, do you know who it is right now? Because
I'm gonna not look. I'm not looking. I promise I'm not looking. Who
I can
is
give you
it?
the top 3 who I think it is as of right now.
Oh, I absolutely know who this is.
So who's got the lead?
Who do you know who has it?
Yeah, I know who has it right now.
Okay.
And I'll tell you who I had.
It's one of 3 guys. It's either
And it wasn't Puka.
no. It's no one from that game.
Yeah,
Unless
correct.
it's okay.
Yeah, no, Puka had the most yards in that game.
Right.
He had the lead when the first game was done.
2 of them were in the same game today. Or it's the other one. It's either Colston Loveland, who had 137 yards last night, or it's
I was going to say, I got to look at Khalil Shakir.
Khalil Shakir had like 11 catches today.
Bunch of catches, but only 82 yards.
And then Parker Washington had like 7 for a buck something.
And Romeo Dobbs is in there. He's got like 127, but it is Loveland.
Loveland has
right? The lead right now.
Okay.
But so here's where I was sitting today.
It is close. Actually, so
there was
Dobbs
somebody else that was in the
124.
130s, I think.
Jake Coker did. It was Jake
That's
Coker
right.
had
Okay.
134.
Okay, so yeah, it wasn't even Puka in his own game. Okay,
Yeah.
I missed that part, but I knew that 137 was the max right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I put $10 on Parker Washington at 22-1 to get to 44-1. His first target of the day, or no, he runs the ball, loses 3 yards, and then I see he goes to the locker room. I did watch for that moment when they said he went to the locker room, and I was like, well, shit. Because not only did I take that 44-1 Parker Washington most receiving yards wild card weekend, I also did this, and I was a little sad for a while, but then he came back and was playing well. But I did Parker Washington touchdown, Parker Washington 5+ catches, Parker Washington long of 30+.
All those hit.
Yeah, they hit. So I hit a nice little parlay today. 10-1.
You had a parlay Washington.
Parkerlay. But so here's where I was thinking. Jags get the ball down 3 at their own 20-yard line.
Oh my God, yes.
If we can get 30 yards to Parker, 31 yards to Parker, he's in the lead.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just to get to field goal range. We still got overtime, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
So I was optimistic, and the drive literally lasted 1 play. That was a huge letdown. And when I watched the replay, as Trevor fires it to, was it Thomas? Is that who? Thomas or
it was Jacoby Myers. Yeah. Trey White made a great play. Shout out to Tre'Davious White for literally turning back the hands of time today.
So as he's releasing the ball to throw there, out of the corner of my eye, and it very easily could have been just the way the TV was framed. There might have been a guy in coverage that you couldn't see, but I see number 11.
Mm-hmm.
Wide the fuck open on the right side.
I do. Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I also think there might have been a millisecond where his defender is already cutting to the middle of the field because the ball is obviously going that direction. I haven't seen it more than just a glancing replay, but I was thinking, oh man, Trevor, why did we have to force that?
We
had legs. We had legs, Joe.
I know. On the
Lieutenant Dan would have been proud.
And Lieutenant Dan, like Danny, our Danny.
No, we had legs. It's a Forrest Gump joke.
Oh, sorry. That's my bad. Strike 1.
So, have you not seen Forrest Gump?
No comment.
Oh my God.
Oh no. That's honestly. Oh
my God.
That's one of the movies. Remember how we were talking about like the other night? Like what do you think the most popular movie is you've never seen? That's one of the ones for me.
Okay. All right. Put it on your agenda. You got to
watch Forrest Gump.
You have to watch Forrest Gump and then get back to me so you can tell me that my joke makes sense.
No, I trust your joke. I don't know if Forrest Gump's a movie I would enjoy.
Oh, it's
that's the thing. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if Forrest Gump's a movie for me.
I think you'd enjoy it. I think
Like,
you could get through it.
I'm not saying I couldn't get through it. I'm just like trying to get
It's
caught
just a
up on.
classic. It's just a
I'm
classic. It's for culture.
I'm trying to like get through certain movies that I never had seen before, like over the last year, and just when I can, just watching and just enjoying them. And I just don't know if Forrest Gump is one that I like tickles my twine. Uh,
Oh, I heard somebody say tickles the twine in a basketball game one time, and I thought, oh my God, I got to use that sometime. And I've used it once. I used it like the next day, and I've never used it again.
mhm.
I need to throw that back into the arsenal.
You're gonna get your Gus Johnson on again?
Nah, probably
Or
not.
you
But
just
no.
say the one guy's name 5 times?
Yeah, I know, right? Joe
Brinks!
Waco! Joe
Brinks!
Waco!
Nick Brinks!
Jim!
Yeah. Bro, by the way,
And his second free throw tickles the twine. I
dude,
didn't watch enough to know, but I heard Tony was not good today.
he was awful today, bro.
Was it like a caricature of Tony Romo and
Yes.
Josh Allen all day?
It
Or
was
was it not
like
necessarily all about Josh Allen?
it sounded like it's Tony Romo. I saw a perfect tweet. Perfect tweet today I saw said Tony Romo sounded today like Frank Caliendo impersonating Tony Romo.
Oh God. Tony was good when he began, and then he got paid, and I've not been a big Tony fan since.
Tony Romo found out how famous he was for being himself, and then the bit has lost it.
Yeah.
Because like Brady
Honestly,
today, Brady's awesome. I don't give a
yeah.
shit, man. Brady and Burkhart rock. And like Brady, they cut to Brady to do like the
wind thing.
yes, hell yeah.
I've got it
Inject
pulled
that
up.
shit into my
I was
fucking
gonna
skull, bro.
watch
That is
it.
awesome. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I haven't seen it yet. I literally saw it while we were on here, and I saved it to watch later.
It's so perfect, bro. He's like breaking shit down, like how you don't want to like when you're when it's windy, you don't want the ball to have a certain trajectory because the wind gets under it. And he was like, certain guys would hold the ball, and he like turns with his back to the camera, which you would be like, this is going to be weird, but it's perfect because he's like showing how they're like holding the ball, and he's like, you don't want it to be this way, you want it to be this way, so you're like flicking it like a dart, and it snaps out of your hand because that way it cuts through the wind. And I'm like, yes, inject that shit into my bloodstream. Like Brady just talking ball. It's sick. Like him and Burkhardt are awesome because when the games are awesome, Burkhardt's going like, oh, he caught it. And you just hear Brady in the background going, oh, it's so like the Bears-Packers game from a couple weeks ago. Like, it's just wild. And then Tirico and Collinsworth, like,
Give me Chris over Tony any day.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Yes. Collinsworth is awesome.
Chris gets shit, but I really don't have a problem with Chris.
It's fun to make fun of the Collinsworthisms.
Oh yeah.
Where he's like moaning, like oh.
Hey, I give Chris Collinsworth a lot of credit a few weeks ago when Brock made that crazy play I think against the Bears. And was that the game when he kind of compared him to Patrick Mahomes and then he made fun of himself for it?
Yes.
Was that the game?
Yes.
Yeah. I enjoyed that. I'm like, Chris, thank you. That was just good shit. I laughed. I chuckled.
Mm-hmm. And then, yeah, and like Buck and Aikman still have it, though Aikman just is crabby sometimes, but like they're still great. And I think they get the Super Bowl next year, but we get the Super Bowl this year on NBC, which they debuted the new score bug tonight.
They did, and it was
a couple weeks early.
Subtle. It was subtle. It was not the complete overhaul that Fox did last year. Still not a big fan of theirs.
That was a culture shock.
That was
because it was like the throwback little weird things, but it was also so different from what they had before, and it was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I would definitely take current Fox as like the bottom of the barrel for my preferences on scorebug tickers.
Really?
I'm not a fan of just how obnoxiously big and boring, or lack of a better word, it is.
Because I mean, literally just the logos.
Yeah, I mean, and it's so big.
It is big.
To me, Fox's graphic is made for Buffalo Wild Wings. You're sitting over in the corner. What's the score of that Bears? Oh yeah, it's 21-6. Yeah, that's for sure. I could see it a mile away. That's what that looks like it's built for. Or they know their target audience is just old men with bad vision.
No shit. NBC Scorebug they've never missed, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
And this is just another addition to it's just another addition to them being fantastic. You know what I mean? It was a little bit weird that they changed it before the Super Bowl, because usually when the broadcast station gets the Super Bowl, they debut the Scorebug on the Super Bowl. So it was a little bit weird that they did it before this.
I don't really remember anybody else debuting Scorebugs for the Super Bowl except Fox has done it twice. I don't remember. Maybe they have, and I just don't remember it. But I remember Fox because I think the last 2 Fox Super Bowls they've debuted new ones, and they've been so different. Maybe they stick out in my mind. Whereas NBC, just some nice subtle flair changes. Like I'm right when the game started, I was like, did NBC change their Scorebug? And it wasn't obvious like Fox was last year.
Yeah, like I feel like the Scorebug for Fox, I don't hate it, I guess. It's different because it's mainly the team logo specific. I guess I liked how the one in the Super Bowl last year had a little bit of a throwback aesthetic to it. It was also just so jarring compared to the one before, which was actually pretty good.
I was going to say, I can't even remember what they did in the Super Bowl. Did they upgrade it this year to include the logos instead of the initials or whatever?
Yeah, let me pull this up. So Super Bowl Scorebug.
Yeah, I will say it at least looks better now than the Super Bowl. But yeah,
the one from last year was this, remember, where it was literally just the colors and it was kind of a little throwback thing, but to me, but it was also like
definitely a throwback,
incredibly jarring.
Yeah.
But also like the years prior, you've had like this Scorebug from CBS, which CBS's Scorebug rips.
I was gonna say I can't really recall any time where I thought CBS had a bad one.
And the one for CBS now is really good. But I think all of them are pretty good. I don't hate the Fox one as much as other people do. A lot of people obviously really despise it. I don't mind it.
It's easily my least favorite, but it's not like it's a deal breaker. It gives me the information I need. I would like it to look cooler. It's like I don't know. It's like a graphic designer is saying, give me some good text here. All right. Times New Roman it is. Just very bland, very basic. It's like impact bold.
Do you think, or not think, do you know, it's, I hope we're not jinxing it by saying this because I'm sure a lot of people have said it. Actually, I've seen people say it. So, we're getting the Super Bowl on NBC.
Mm-hmm.
You know that there's like never been a bad Super Bowl on NBC. The Super Bowls that have been on NBC.
Which ones have they had on NBC?
Now, also, we have had, before last year, we were on an incredibly good run historically for Super. Like, we had, 3?
Chiefs and Bucks was bad, but that's the only one that I can recall besides last year where they weren't good games.
Right.
Of late.
Mm-hmm.
The way today went and yesterday went, we probably sucked all of the good fun out of the playoffs, and the Super Bowl is going to be terrible.
Maybe,
Texans,
but I don't know, man.
13-7.
Maybe, but I don't know, man. When you get a playoffs where it's this wide open, like I feel like.
I hope it continues.
That are this fucking insane.
For sure, I hope it continues.
We'll see though. I feel like the game tonight was just due because like the Chargers just play an inept style. As we have, what this weekend has done so far? We've gotten really good games that have eliminated the worst watches. The Chargers, the Eagles, most degree the Panthers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the only we're gonna lose a bad-ish watch sometimes. Like sometimes the Steelers can be fun, and sometimes the Texans can be fun. Sometimes they can be awful. So we're gonna lose a very hit or miss, good or bad watch tomorrow, and then the only true, sometimes really, really bad watch that's left, honestly, is the Broncos. As long if the Bills,
not disagreeing.
if we get Bills Pats, and now again, if the Texans win, I am picking the Texans to beat New England. But and I love watching the Texans. But if we get Bills Pats in the AFC, no matter what the NFC game is, like championship weekend is going to be on fire. Maybe Bears Seahawks would be the worst potential matchup of the 4 potential matchups in the conference title game. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
well, and Bears are the only non-NFC West left.
And we all because like we know
They all knocked each other out already.
we know that Seahawks or we know that Seahawks Rams will slap. We know Rams Niners will slap. We know Bears Niners would slap.
And actually here,
I don't know.
I will say this.
I don't know how Bears Seahawks would look.
I will say this. For an NFC Championship game, Seattle losing next week would probably do more for that game being good. Seattle is the one team in the playoffs that I think can make the game terrible because they are so good on both sides of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
With the right matchup, 21-3 might be the final score.
Yeah.
Not just a halftime to come back from. 49ers, Bears, we've seen it. Mm-hmm. Rams, Seahawks, we've seen it.
And I think Rams Bears next week is going to be a fucking light show.
Yeah. So to me, Rams Bears is the game I'm looking forward to the most next week to continue what we saw this weekend. Like the back and forth, last minute shenanigans. Like that's the game of the weekend next week.
Like I understand that Puka Nacua going against Nahshon Wright is terrifying. But guys, do y'all know that the Rams have to play defense against the Bears also? Just saying. The Rams back 7 is incredibly gettable. Like you can throw the ball on them like a lot. Darnold
they just need to figure out how to play good fourth quarter defense and the Rams will be fine.
Yeah, there you go. When Darnold wasn't throwing interceptions, he was throwing the ball all over the shop. The Falcons lit the Rams on fire on that Monday night a couple weeks ago. The Cardinals moved the ball on them at will, and then Bryce Young went bananas yesterday. I have no qualms. Like, listen again. I could be wrong. I have no qualms that the Bears aren't going to be able to move the ball against them. So I can't wait.
They'll move the ball. They'll just turn it over on 4th down and 7 from their own 18-yard line.
Fuck you. But no, back to the end quickly before we get out of here. Back to the NBC Super Bowl thing. Trying to think of all the ones in my brain. The first NBC Super Bowl that I can remember was Steelers Cardinals, one of the greatest ever. And then
I also believe Colts Saints was on NBC, right?
No, that was on CBS.
Was it really?
Jim Nantz.
I was thinking that was on NBC for some reason. But yeah, no, I definitely remember the Cardinals one.
The second Giants-Patriots game.
Patriots Seahawks?
Patriots Seahawks.
Okay, banger. I remember that one.
Patriots Eagles. Banger.
Okay, Patriots.
Nick Foles.
Nick Foles. Yeah, Nick Foles, yeah.
And Brady threw 500 yards. Nick Foles threw for like 350. And then the one after that was
Rams Patriots?
No, Rams.
Because that one sucked. That one was fucking garbage.
That was Rams. That was CBS. No, Rams Bengals was CBS. Or Rams Bengals was NBC. That was the last one.
Okay. Yeah, that one was fun.
That
was a fun day. I made so much money on that Super Bowl.
On Rams Bengals?
Yeah, I hit so many good bets on that one. I was feeling it that day.
That was an incredible playoffs. I hope that this is the start to. This is the best wild card weekend we've had in a while.
And you think about it, this should be the weekend that's the worst because you've got highest seeded and lowest seeded, and it delivered. But you're right. The whole league feels wide open this year, and it's felt that way all year.
Exactly. This considering last year was a terrible, terrible NFL season because you had the combination of just
shitty Chiefs inevitably beating everybody until they get shit blasted in the Super Bowl.
And the Eagles are just to me. Again, you would think the way I like football, you would think what I like in football that I would enjoy watching the Eagles, but the Eagles to me are fucking an eye cancer.
The Eagles last year were a fun team.
Yes and no.
I mean that running attack last year was phenomenal. This year didn't run the ball hardly well at all. Didn't pass the ball hardly at all. So yeah, there's nothing fun on that offense.
Mm-hmm.
But last year, I mean, they were rolling. And then what was it? The first Eagles Super Bowl was that when Jalen played at an MVP level? What year? I don't remember what year that was.
The first Eagles Super Bowl.
There was one year where Jalen Hurts he played really good quarterback that year.
He was okay that year, but in the Super Bowl specifically, he was awesome. In the loss to the Chiefs. When they lost to the Chiefs, he was really good.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it's
38-35.
been wild. Okay. We did well. Exciting weekend. Exciting few days. Exciting games. Let's see what tomorrow brings. What happened?
I'll send you the link in the chat. It's just a tweet I found. Nothing to share on air, but you'll enjoy it.
Okay. All right. I'm terrified. All right. Well, all in all, I'm proud of us. I'm proud of football. Let's hope that tomorrow can give us another good one. And yeah, man, we'll be back again. We'll be back again next week. Divisional round looking spicy. Who knows? We could be coming into the Bears. There's a really good chance. Obviously, it's 50-50, so good enough. But if I had to guess, well, wait a minute. What was last year? We had Rams, Eagles. What was the other fucking
divisional game?
What were the conference? What was Bills beat who the Bills beat in the divisional round? The Chiefs beat the Texans, the Bills. So I'm just trying to remember in the divisional round who beat. Oh yeah, never. Okay,
Texans beat the Chargers.
The last divisional game. The last divisional game
Bills,
last
Texans?
year was Bills Ravens. So definitely okay. Oh. Yep. Next Sunday, I'm 99% sure the last game of the day will be Rams Bears on Fox. So y'all are going to get to see me either geeked up off them bars or a little sad panda that my team
and it's not a Sunday night game, right? It's like kind of a mid-afternoon and
like
late
5
afternoon.
Yeah, correct. Yep. So
we
it's
can
like 2:30.
We can probably go a little early next week.
Correct.
Even. Yeah.
Correct. So
I'm down to go pretty much right after that one gets done.
There we go. Gonna put the kids to bed early next week.
They're gone all weekend, so I got me time to go do all kinds of fun shit. I'm gonna go play in a poker tournament. I'm gonna go do some karaoke. We're gonna have fun.
You're gonna fucking do what? Yeah, you
might take advantage. Love the kids, love the family, but when they're gone, I gotta strike while the iron's hot and do all the shit that I don't do other times.
What's the almost said fiance? What's the wife gonna do? Is she going to play in the same poker tournament? Is she gonna?
No, she's taking the kids up to her parents for the weekend.
Oh, okay. And you just have dad alone time.
Yeah, I work in the office on Monday, and I've got a basketball game Friday night, so they're just gonna go up, and I'm going to work Friday and work Monday, and then do some fun stuff on the weekend.
Should come into town. We'll do a show. We'll do the show together. Do you work next Monday?
I do.
Plotting? Damn.
Yeah, you could drive to Ames. I'll set you up in the office.
That is true. I can find a way to take next Monday off. Let's go.
You work remote, don't you? Or not anymore?
Not anymore, no.
Oh, okay.
No. But next Monday being MLK Day, I'm probably not going to work the full day. I don't know. We'll see. So You know,
There you go.
man, who knows? I might be in Ames on Sunday. Hey, I'm gonna go hang out with Brock Purdy. But all right,
I'll drive you right by his house.
there we go. We'll knock on the door. Hey, Brock. This house isn't irrelevant. All right, man. We did great. What a time to be alive. Go Texans tomorrow, I guess, since we're all picking. Go football. Like, I won't be sad. I want the Texans to win because I enjoy watching them play defense a lot. I love a lot of their guys, but if Aaron Rodgers goes out there and beats them tomorrow, it'd be pretty fascinating.
Yeah. Tomorrow is a game where I can't really say I'm necessarily rooting for either team. I feel like the Texans can do the most damage long term.
Mm-hmm.
But seeing Aaron Rodgers win another playoff game, I mean, if you win tomorrow, there's no reason you can't win. I mean, if you beat the Texans defense, I don't think there's nobody you can't beat.
It's literally the team that has. I feel like because I feel like the Texans are the worst matchup for them.
Yeah.
So if they win tomorrow, then they're absolutely live. All right, go teams. We are going to see you guys next Sunday. Cannot wait. We are going to have juice amongst juice, one way or another. Thank you for our sponsors. Thank you for hanging out with us. This has been the Educated Ignorance Podcast. If you ain't got your game, best pass the sticks. Football's fun, folks. We'll see you guys next Sunday. We're out.